Okay, so we're ready for language today. Today being Wednesday, March 25th. For language today, you will need page 130 and page 131. So if you want to go ahead and grab those, I don't know if you want to tear these out of your book or if you want to leave them in your book. Just keep them all together. So if you need to refer back to your pronoun chart or whatever you need while you're doing your work, you'll have those. And also at some point, eventually, I'd like to be able to collect these, just look over them. There's some things, that we'll need to put grades on and things of that nature. So we'll get it all figured out. Just let's get started this week and just kind of keep going from here. We'll add as we go and kind of figure things out. Okay, so before we get started today with our work in our book, it's kind of a review. I even want to go back and review a little bit further. Let's look at the board. We have our sentences today of diagramming, finding the subject, finding the verb or the predicate, subject being the noun, verb, predicate, and dividing and then diagramming. So let's look at the board. I have 3 sentences and 3 diagrams, so we're going to kind of put one sentence on each diagram. So let's look, at the first one. Mr. Lewis is our principal. Mr. Lewis is our principal. Okay, so I think we can all agree that Mr. Lewis would be our subject. Mr. Lewis, what is our verb here? Is, correct. One of those helping verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, have, has, and had. So Mr. Lewis is, and then we would divide there. So let's go down to our line. We would put our subject here of Mr. Lewis. Then our verb here of is. Okay? Our next sentence on the board, Graham and Wesley play baseball. Graham and Wesley play baseball. Now we have our little rocket ship here. Hey, Lucy. We have our rocket ship here that we're going to diagram this sentence on, but let's first pick out our pieces that we need. So let's start with the subject. Obviously, Graham, Wesley. We do not underline and we don't put and on these blanks because and is another, we'll get to that later. So, Graham, Wesley, and then what is our verb? Play. Yes, action. We can see that. So we'll divide here. And now we're going to diagram very easily. Graham here. Wesley here. Not going to worry with the and for now. And then play. That kind of 2 lines there give you the hint that there will be 2 subjects there. Remember, if it's on this side, it will be 2 verbs on the other side. So just remember that. Last sentence, Emma is whistling a tune. Emma is whistling a tune. We'll be careful with this one. Subject first, of course, Emma. Now let's find the verb. Right. Is whistling. Is whistling. And remember, that is a verb phrase. So if you have that helping verb plus the verb, that is a verb phrase. If you see this, one of these helping verbs, always check the next word to be sure that you don't need to pick both of them. Is our, that wouldn't be a verb phrase because our is not a verb, okay? So here we're going to diagram. We're going to come over to my last one. Hope you guys can see all this. Emma on this side. And then on the predicate or verb side, I'm going to add is whistling. Is whistling. Okay? So we have that there together. So if you have any questions about any of those, you can rewind the video and check that out again. Subject and verbs and diagramming. Hope that kind of jarred your memory a little bit about those that we were studying. Okay, so let's look at our sheet for today. Let's start with page 130. Remember, we don't have a new concept, our little raccoon with his glasses. Look closely. So today is just a review of pronouns. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. We talked about this yesterday. We don't want to repetitively say, a noun in a sentence, a proper noun. So we can replace that proper noun with a pronoun. And the pronouns, I have them here on the chart. You also have a box there. Pronouns as subjects, I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. Excuse me, not the and. Those are pronouns used as subjects. Look at your example. We rode in a helicopter with Uncle Mark. We rode in a helicopter with Uncle Mark. You could look there. You see the pronoun we. We don't know who we is because we didn't write this sentence. But instead of saying the whole group, Rachel, Jennifer, Harry, Kathleen, Judge, Puppy, we could just say we. One inclusive group. We being the subject, rode being the verb. Pronouns used in the predicate or on this side of your diagram. Me, us, you, him, her, it, and them. Uncle Mark took us on a helicopter ride. Uncle Mark, being your subject, took the verb and then us being that pronoun there. Because we don't want to have to list the whole group. And you wouldn't want to say Uncle Mark took we on a helicopter ride. So you would use us on the predicate side of your sentence. Okay? So we will look at Think A. Couple of different things here. Draw a line between the subject and predicate parts of the sentence. That's easy. Draw 2 lines under the action verb in the predicate. Draw 1 line under the subject. In the blank, write S if the pronoun is in the subject part of the sentence. Write P if the pronoun is in the predicate part of the sentence. Wow, that sounds like a lot, right? So I'm going to put this just kind of here because we have our subject side and then we have our predicate side, okay? So give me just a second to catch up with you here. You can go ahead and start on number 1 if you would like to. Well, it's already done for you, so let's go over it. Mandy and I made pancakes for breakfast. Mandy and I made pancakes for breakfast. So number 1, they drew a line between Mandy, I, and then made. Mandy, I being the subject, made being the predicate. They drew 2 lines under the action verb, made, and they drew 1 line under the subject, Mandy, I. And in the blank, they wrote an S. It says in the blank, write S if the pronoun is in the subject part of the sentence. Write P if the pronoun is in the predicate part of the sentence. And you see the pink I there? That's on the subject side right here. Subject side right here. Predicate side over here. So I would fall on the subject side. Okay, let's look at number 2. I found the pancake mix. I found the pancake mix. Job number 1, we're going to draw a line between the subject and predicate part. Okay? Where does that go? Yes, between I and found. Very simple subject here. Ooh, that looks kind of, need to connect that. That looks better. Okay. Second step, draw 2 lines under the action verb. What's my verb? Found. Correct. Third step, we need to underline the subject. So let's back up. Draw 1 line under the subject. I. Yes. Now, in our blank, we're going to write S if the pronoun is in the subject part or P if it's in the predicate part. The pink I is on this side of the line. So here in this blank, you would write subject because it's here. Okay? That's where the pronoun is. Because I wouldn't want to say, Miss Upchurch found the pancake mix. Miss Upchurch, why are you referring to yourself like that? So I would want to say I. I would use the pronoun I there to replace my name. All right, number 3. Mandy handed me a big spoon. Where will we divide? Yes, between Mandy and handed. What is our action verb? Handed, yes. 2 lines under handed. What is our subject? Mandy. So 1 line under Mandy. Now, look through the sentence for number 3. You see me is in a pink, right? So that's the pronoun. And which side of the chart does it fall on? This being the subject side, this being the predicate side. Me falls in the predicate side, so you would write a P in that blank. Kind of catching on a little bit? We'll do a couple more together. Number 4, Mom turned the hot pancakes for us. Well, I'm ready for some pancakes after all this. If this was before lunch, we would be starving right now talking about pancakes. Mom turned the hot pancakes for us. Okay, where would we divide? Yes, between mom and turned. So our line goes there. The action verb, turned, underline that twice, yes. The subject, mom, yes. Turned the hot pancakes for us. You see that us in pink? Now, is that on the subject side? Or is it after the line and it's on the predicate side? That's right. It is on the predicate side. Okay? Because you wouldn't want to say, Mom turned the hot pancakes for we. No. Mom turned the hot pancakes for us. All right? Number 5, we took the pancakes to Dad. We took the pancakes to Dad. Where would we divide? Between we and took. That's right. What is our verb? Took. Underline took twice. Subject? We. That's correct. Oh, well, look at number 5. Find your pink word. Your pink word is we. And we is on the subject side. So you'll put an S in that blank. You would want to say, us took the pancakes to Dad. No, we took the pancakes to Dad. So if you can kind of match I and me, we and us, you and you stay the same. He, subject side, him, predicate side. They, subject side, them, predicate side. She, subject side, her, predicate side. And then it stays the same. Okay? Number 6, Dad told us that the pancakes were delicious. So where would we divide? Yes, between Dad and told. So your line goes between Dad, told. Our action verb, told, correct. Our subject, Dad, correct. So 2 lines under told, 1 line under Dad. That's the first part of that. Now the last part is to find your pink word, the pronoun, us. That is correct. Is it on the subject side or is it on the predicate side? It is on the predicate side, us, and it comes after the division, right? If it's on this side of the division, it's in the subject side. If it's on this side of the division, it's on the predicate side. So just kind of remember that, okay? So you would put the letter P in the blank on number 6. So at this point now, if you have any questions about this, you can rewind the video and go over those again, okay? We're going to move on to Think B. Choose the correct pronoun in parentheses to complete each sentence. Me, found a book about the Berlin Zoo in Germany. I found. Yeah, we don't want to say me found. We don't want to say that anymore, right? I found. Number 2, at the library, my dad helped. I or me? Correct, me. Number 3, we or us? We saw many books about different zoos, or us? We, sure, because it's in the subject side. Number 4, finally, the librarian helped. We, finally, the librarian helped us. Yes, finally, the librarian helped us because we are after the predicate. Okay, we don't want to use we here. That comes at the beginning. Number 5, she or her showed us an interesting book about the Berlin Zoo. She, yeah, I think you're kind of getting the hang of this now. She being on the subject side. Number 6, Dad, because she was the subject. Number 6, Dad thanked she or her for the help. Dad thanked she for the help. Dad thanked her for the help. Correct. Dad thanked her because it comes after the predicate. Okay? So there are reasons that we say certain pronouns in certain places. And as you grow, you start replacing pronouns that you're saying incorrectly in the correct spot, so that we understand some of the pronouns belong on the subject side, other pronouns belong after the predicate on the predicate side. Okay? Think C. Which 2 pronouns can be used in both the subject and predicate parts of a sentence? Okay, so back to the chart. Which 2 match in both columns? If you can kind of imagine these as 2 different columns, subject and predicate again, which 2 stay the same? Yes, you and you. So write you. And then also it. Yes, all the others change. All of the other pronouns change depending on which place they're in. So you should have it and you at the bottom. Okay? So now quickly we're going to switch over to page 131. You have a little writing activity to do here. Write A. Think of your favorite wild animal you might see at the zoo. It could be a panda, a bald eagle, or a tree frog, or something else. Fill in the blank to complete a topic sentence about your favorite zoo animal. Your topic sentence, what your paragraph is going to be about. My favorite animal to see at the zoo is the blank. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to try to show you, I'll miss showing you pictures. So I'm going to see if we can look at some of these together and see which ones might be some of your favorite zoo animals. We have a penguin, a lion. Oh no, go back. Okay. We have a penguin, a lion, a giraffe. I really wanted to see the lion at the zoo. You have the giant panda, the sloth, and a gorilla. Ugh, I don't know about those. Giant panda might be okay. You have, next one, some examples. A koala. You have a hippopotamus and a red panda. That looks interesting. You have monkeys, lemurs, an orangutan, a meerkat, a chimpanzee, an anteater. I don't know if you've seen your favorite yet. You have a river otter, an elephant, and that is a golden lion tamarin. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's an interesting animal. There's a kangaroo there. We talked about kangaroos before we left. A hippopotamus. There's the Tasmanian Devil. There he is right there. Remember we talked about him? You have an armadillo. Oh my goodness. there is just tons and tons of different animals here. Oh, at the very end, I'm going to hold it. There's the tiger at the end. I don't know if you saw your favorite animal or not, but think of your favorite animal that you would like to see at the zoo. Okay? So that is going to be your topic today. My favorite animal to see at the zoo is the blank. All right, now that's our topic sentence. That's what our paragraph is going to be about. The next sentence is not going to be about going and eating pizza. Okay? You've got to stay with your topic. In write B, in each box, write a complete sentence about your favorite animal. Write 2 interesting things about what this animal looks like. Number 2, write something interesting about what this animal does or about where this animal lives in the wild. And then proof. Proof means you go back and check over it. You're proofreading it to be sure that everything's complete and finished. Read the 3 sentences you wrote about your favorite zoo animal. Place a check mark in the box after you check each part. Number 1, all of my sentences are complete sentences. Okay? If they all are complete sentences, who and what did they do, then you can put a check in that box. Number 2, all of my sentences have correct punctuation. So we have periods at the end. We have commas. If we have a series of 3 or more items in a series, the ham, potato, and egg salad. If you don't want ham, potato, and egg salad all in one, you need to make sure you have those commas in there to divide them up. And number 3, all of my sentences have correct capitalization. Everything has to start with a capital. All your sentences have to start with a capital letter and no lowercase i's. Remember, when you're referring to yourself as I, that is a proper noun. You are replacing yourself, I. So that is a capital I. And then your concluding sentence, write D. Obviously, the best kind of animal to go see at the zoo is the blank. Okay? So this is your opinion. This is an opinion topic here about your favorite animal at the zoo. Now, if you want to put this aside and go to your next video, you can do that. If you want to kind of do like we do and stop and work on your work as you go through each video, that's fine. Or you can just kind of look at the video, get your work, and then go to however you want to do it is fine with me. So just fill in this information here about your favorite zoo animal. And when you're ready, our next subject will be, through the day, will be spelling. Don't know if you've had lunch yet. It's getting about that time for me. So if you want to pause here and go get some lunch or whatever you want to do, I'll see you back in a little bit for spelling. Thanks.